Syria and Turkey earthquake, a deeper dive into the mystery of suffering. I am Kristina Tahel. Here I recapitulate pivotal sections of first principles in direct quotes from Dr. Marc Gafni or Barbara Marx Hubbard, woven together from the prior week's One Mountain, Many Paths broadcast. How do we respond to a problem from hell? People often reject living in a system of value, being part of a larger order of spirit that guides us, because of these enormous problems of pain and evil. We understand that suffering can make us more noble, that we need to be freely choosing, that much of suffering ascribed to God is actually human beings making choices. And we understand that there's a larger play than just this lifetime, that if you look across lifetimes, suffering would be understood completely differently. Nonetheless, we cannot use those in any way to deny the tragedy of suffering. We have cross-cultural information based on developmental research that the experience that the world should be fair is an experience that all children experience cross-culturally from the earliest ages. Our notions of fairness are inborn, so that means we have to hold the mystery. We live in a world of outrageous pain, and the response is not what the religions called theosophy, meaning the explanation of why it happens. No.
Let me help you.
Thank you.
Theodicy. So
Theodicy
is theism. How could it be that a good God does crazy shit? So theodicy is the attempt by the religions to explain that. This has been a public service announcement.
Theodicy. So I'll start that. We live in a world of outrageous pain, and the response is not what the religions call theodicy, meaning an explanation of why it happens. No explanation of why it happens works in the face of crushed human bodies, agonizing pain, families buried for days under rubble. Whether it's a new age theodicy, you attracted it into your life, or religious, it's some form of sin and punishment, or some form of a broader afterlife system. Whatever the form is, there is validity to each one of them. Yet, the only response to outrageous pain, the first response has to be, we live in a world of outrageous pain, and the only response to outrageous pain is outrageous love. That means two things. One, meet outrageous pain, meaning don't rely on God, don't rely on a theodicy, don't rely on the next lifetime, don't rely on any explanation. You meet outrageous pain. Two, we live in a world of outrageous pain. The only response to outrageous pain is outrageous love, which changes everything. In other words, you can't demand a fair world. You can't be motivated to heal the world, to commit outrageous acts of love, to demand with your activism and your protest that there not be outrageous pain, unless outrageous pain is a violation of something. It shouldn't be that way. If the world is happenstance, an accident, random, meaningless, well, it's a dog-eat-dog world, and people in Turkey and Syria are certainly going to just try and make money and won't follow proper building codes so that buildings will fall down and children will be buried for days. That's just the way it goes. We should be used to that. It's been that way throughout all of history. It shouldn't even move us. We are moved. We are not just moved, we're outraged. We call that pain, outrageous pain. It's a violation of the way reality should be. Why? The universe is a love story. Reality is an intimate universe. Outrageous love, or Eros, is the quality of the self-organizing cosmos that is the quality of reality itself. The interior feeling of Eros is pleasure, clarified pleasure, the deepest sense of pleasure. So evil is a failure of pleasure. Pleasure is a birthright. It's not an entitlement or privilege. Pleasure is a birthright. We have food, colors, pleasure receptors on our skin. We have natural beauty, taste, touch. Pleasure is an inherent structure of reality, and the evolution of reality is also the revolution of pleasure. With all of that, a prayer for Turkey, a prayer for Syria, and a prayer for our own transformation.